Welcome to our section on stance. In this section, we're going to talk about the tire swing, which is the bread and butter for the Smart Golf Academy and the most important part of your swing that you're going to take out of this course. So with the tire swing, you're going to learn how to powerfully and accurately swing without much effort or put much into it to have a consistent and natural swing, which is what we're looking for. We're also going to talk about ball first contact, swinging to your target, not the ball, and the V's in the golf swing. So we're going to start and we're going to talk about the tire swing, ball first contact, and the V's in the swing. Also, how it's more important to swing to your target than it is to hit the golf ball, and why hitting the golf ball is causing you to hit a lot of your mishits. So to start out with that, we're going to talk about the tire swing. So I want you to picture a tire swing on a rope on the tree, swinging at its full arc, okay? So it's going to be going all the way to the top. What's it do once it gets up here? Now this is an 80-pound tire, 50-pound kid on a swing. That's a lot of weight. But once it comes and it comes to a rest and a stop, it doesn't come down super fast. It stops, starts slowly, and gradually increases through the ball. So it starts at the top, drops, and gradually increases all the way through the bottom. Once it gets there, the fastest point of the swing, most people think, is right at the bottom of the swing, but in actuality, it is at your front foot. It is just past bottom where the fastest point of that swing is. And this is one of the reasons why it's called a golf swing. We want to emulate that. You and a lot of other people like you tend to pull down when you start your backswing, and you make the fastest point of your swing in the back, where the fastest point of your swing should be just in front of the ball. So to show you what that kind of looks like, we're going to come back, take our time with our backswing, and then let the club drop, use our body turn, our hip, and pushing from the ground to create that whip through the ball. So I'm just going to demonstrate before we explain. Fast, quick, easy, and loose. You can change the speed and still accelerate and still have control in your swing. Now what I want you to think about is that your arms and the club are the rope on your tire swing. So what does the rope do in a tire swing? It's just a guideline. It doesn't pull, it doesn't push, it just tells the tire where it can go. And that's what I want you to think about for your arms and your clubs at the attachment, okay? Don't force it through, guide it through. So in other words, don't hit the golf ball, push the golf ball. So now we want to talk about ball first contact. So ball first contact, when you swing the golf club, a lot of people, they try to lift the ball with the club. We talked about this in chipping already, but you want to hit the ball first, then the ground. And one of the ways we're going to make sure that happens is when we take our stance, we're going to put a little bit of weight towards our target, to our left side. That'll get us to get our swing angle and attack down and into the ball, and make the lowest point of your swing just in front of the golf ball, okay? The golf swing is a circle. You want to make a circle. You watch countless drills and everything online, and they tell you to keep your left arm straight. I'm not going to teach you to keep your left arm straight. I'm going to teach you to keep your left arm loose. So if you get to the top and it bends a little bit, that's just fine, as long as when you get to the bottom and you're making contact, that left arm is straight. What you want to do is find out where the lowest point is in your swing. For some people, it can be on their back foot. For some people, it can be a little bit forward. Me, myself, I play it just about a ball and a half forward from middle. But that is the lowest point of my swing, and I'm going to take that lowest point of my swing and I'm going to put it just in front of that golf ball, especially with irons, because irons, we want to have that steeper attack angle to use the face and use those grooves. Now it changes a little bit when we get to woods and driver. So for woods, you want to keep your weight 50-50 and you want to swing flush. You want to sweep the ball, no down, no up, just straight through. Glide right along that grass with your woods, and you'll be surprised at how much better you hit it. Okay, so the last part that we're going to talk about is not swinging at the ball. It's more important to swing to your target than it is to hit that golf ball, okay? If you try to hit that golf ball, you're exerting all your energy into one spot. But I want you to think of this like that tire swing swinging through. My other favorite example to use is hammering a nail. So when you hammer a nail, you don't just hit the nail, you're trying to go through that nail. You're trying to push that nail into the board. So what I want you to think about is that golf ball is the nail, and wherever you're swinging to, the target or the pin, that is your board. So take that golf ball and help it to that board, okay? Hit it like a nail, drive. So the last thing we're gonna talk about in this section is the 2 V's in golf. Your body makes 2 different V's when you swing. And this is a very important part for power and accuracy, and a really big difference between pros and amateurs. So the first V we're gonna talk about is your hands and your hips. So they make a V, but your hands go down as your hips come up. So if I was to swing and not move my hips, I'm gonna always hit behind the ball because my hands are trying to go down to the ball. So what keeps me from hitting that ground is my hips pushing up. And that's where the timing factor is very important in this swing. So you need to make sure that as you go down, you're dropping your arm into this slot, and that is pulling you back up into the ball and pushing out of the swing. Now the second V in the swing is your hands and hips as well, except for this time your hands are gonna go to right field and your hips are gonna go to left field. You're gonna create separation in your swing, okay? So now a lot of people do what's called early extension. Early extension is getting stuck and both your hips and your hands going the same direction. So then instead of hitting the middle of the ball, you wind up hitting the hosel and doing that terrible S word that we all hate, shank. It's gonna come through and hit here. Where instead, if I push my hands out and I push my hips left, I will create that separation and make sure that I hit it right in the middle of the golf ball. Not only that, but if you remember us talking about the other part, what's one of the most important things for hitting distance and power in your swing is full extension. If I get caught up in here where my arms are short, I might be able to swing, but even though I'm getting there, I'm not generating any power. Where if I get out here, I can get a lot more power and speed. So I want you to practice those 2 V's, okay? And you can start with that, just isolate one side or the other. Just do a swing with just your arms, getting used to swinging out, and then do a swing where you hold your body in position and use your hips to turn. And as you do that, you should be hitting everything a little bit left, okay? So practice those 2 V's in golf. You'll be hitting a great power and accuracy in no time.